It is the first day, the grand opening day of the Brandywine Park Farmers Market. It's also the opening day of our women's only walk club. You can feel a new season. We used to do this at Karma, and now it's at the park.
Great good karma!
Well, right, Brandywine Park is our favorite park. My husband and I live like a couple blocks away. It takes about 15-20 minutes to come down here. We come down here all the time with our dogs. Welcome back to another episode of Watch Me Take My Health Back as someone who opened a coffee shop, wellness space, and started a nonprofit all in the last year and a half. Today was probably my hardest walk-run situation that I've done thus far. I challenged myself to run up the dreaded hill at the end, and I met my husband and my dudes who just came to pull up and cheer me on. It was the cutest thing ever, and my mental health feels so much better to start the day. And every single day that we come down here, we're like, I wish there was just like yoga in the park or farmers markets down here. Like, it's beautiful down here. There's a beautiful fountain. It's iconic. There's so much greenery. Fun fact is that the person that designed Central Park is the same person that designed Brandywine Park. So you'll be able to see that there's a lot of those similar elements with the bridge, the greenery, stone, light posts. You can really feel some Central Park elements down in Delaware, which is really cool. Leave your kids at home. This is for you to get out of the house. So we have to connect. We have a rule here at our walk club that no one walks alone unless you really choose to be. If you have headphones in, if this is your time just to like feel safe with other women and be guided on a path, cool. Like, no stress. We're not going to be like, you have to take your headphones out and talk to me. If you're more of an introvert and you just enjoy being around everyone's energy, that's totally cool too. But we really don't want somebody to show up to one of our walks and feel like they were left out of what the true intention is of being here, which is being around a bunch of people that want to take care of their health mentally and physically. So bring people in, encourage people to talk to you. You can always ask them, like, do you want to be walking alone right now? Oh,
There's baby ducks over there. Guys again.
Okay, cool. This is my sister-in-law,
Hi, Delilah. Nice to meet you.
But it's so cool because they live in New York, so they got to come up this weekend, which is obviously really special. The little moments that I think people don't really realize is that, like, people talk on the walks of, like, how they wish something like this happened in Delaware.
I mean, like, I'm so proud of Katie and Max and everything that they've built, but it's being here and hearing everyone talk about, hearing about it on Instagram and how they found out about it from some random wild connection and blowing up in this amazing community.
It's also cool because like you guys live in a place where there's like walkable farmers markets and parks, and
Right,
it's just
everywhere.
part of your like normal day that like
Yeah.
people take advantage of parks, and I feel like the parks are empty here. Like there's not that many people
Yeah.
that get outside and encourage themselves to walk. And a statistical standpoint that we talk about in Spike Karma Foundation is like 74% of people in Delaware are considered overweight or obese, and they don't get any physical activity outside of being at work, like walking to and or like being in their workplace.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to me because like we have gorgeous parks, like it's beautiful down here. And eat local produce.
Yeah.
And also connect with people. Like
She's like,
not
yeah,
the same.
it's not the same.
It's not the same when it's not like a whole morning that you can have to yourself.
Right.
You know?
And with the walk club too. She was like, I was planning on coming to the farmers market, and
Yeah.
then I saw the walk club on Instagram. And
Yeah,
she was like,
and
oh my
it
God.
gets people to move.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so we are here at the market. You'll see that we have Ramsey's Farm, which is local to Delaware. They have produce, Wagyu beef. They have some planted goods, things like that. We have Lockbriar Farms down here. We actually have Van Buren Bagel. They are new, and they sold out already today, which is so friggin' awesome. They're a new business. They actually live on Van Buren Street, so you should check them out. We have two different baked goods. Dream Bakery, they have like baguettes, sourdough, croissants, and then we have Gaia, who has like wellness products. We have a honey person. We have just an amazing setup. I haven't even really gotten to take it all in. As soon as I got back from the walk, it's just been like sharing like celebrations, and just should be something that already existed. And I just feel like the common theme is if it doesn't exist and I want it to exist, I'm gonna make it fucking happen no matter how hard it is, and I'm just really happy that all that hard work pays off. How are you feeling? How's it going? Like, is this crazy for you? Similar to Karma, I just feel like it's like having a baby, and I don't have kids, so I can't really attest to that. When people talk about postpartum or like the blackout feeling, there was so much work that went into this, so much anxiety, so much stress, so much trying to make it happen, and just you can only take a vision so far and work so hard. The opening day is gonna opening day, you know? it's just incredible to see that all the planning, all the prep work actually makes things magical. I mean, we have people having like a picnic in the park, we have people sitting by the fountains, we have people out of their house in the park, and I just feel like it should be like this, with or without the market. Like, people should be down here enjoying the park in this way, especially on such a beautiful day. We have all the serotonin, it's perfect. But yeah, it's like having a baby. It's a lot of hard work, and everyone just comes up to you and they're like, it's so beautiful, isn't it so great? It's amazing. And you're just like eye twitching, underslept, and knowing all the stress and the things you're feeling inside. And so it's gonna be a while till I take it all in, and it might be this very episode that makes me actually slow down and see the magic. But yeah, it's the little moments, seeing people like with their babies and their dogs and their friends, and just being down at the park it's awesome. It's so worth it. Come with me over here. One of the things that was really important for me about making the farmers market was the full vision. Like, we really wanted the walk club to connect here, not just because of moving and seeing the beautiful park itself and one of our favorite routes, but also because we wanted to guarantee for all these vendors, not just the farmers market vendors, but the barbecue. Like, we have 2 food trucks every single time. There's always going to be some sort of coffee, we hope, as long as we can book them. And then there'll always be some sort of like food truck or food tent aspect. The vision's important. You have to have all these little touches to really make that serotonin high and that magic feeling happen in the park. People are like able to hang out and decompress out in nature. We have people of all ages, of all demographics here. Some walked, some drove, some rode their bikes. We have people with kids, people with dogs. And it's just really awesome to bring people down here in this space. Yeah, we want to touch on a couple things with the farmers market. We wanted to have at least 15 vendors. We run it like a true business in the sense that we try and protect the amount of traffic that they have and make sure that they're successful when they're down here. So for example, we won't put like 6 sourdough vendors down here, right? We want to keep about 1 to 2 baked goods, or an additional bread person if somebody's more baked goods. We want to make sure that we have sufficient protein and meat options down here, but we don't want to overkill it and have 6 produce vendors, because then we're ultimately probably not going to make them as successful. But we wanted to hit on a little bit of everything to give everybody a reason to feel like they can see themselves getting their weekly grocery trip down here. And that's the ultimate goal, is that you feel like every Saturday you can count on getting away from big box grocery stores and coming down and shopping and seeing where your food comes from, knowing who is growing your food, sourcing your food, making it, all that good stuff. So this is Lockfire Farms. They're from Chestertown, Maryland, but Jacqueline actually went to Ursuline. She's cousins with one of my good friends, Erin. Yeah, I just said, how do I get your cousin to set up here? And
why won't your cousin text me back?
Yeah, I was like,
why won't your cousin
please
send me a message back?
I need her. I was like, I need them here. We had no produce vendor literally a week before the event. I was freaking out because that's the bread and butter, that's the anchor to farmers markets, is being able to get fresh produce, canned goods. We're just super, super excited to see them selling out and to see.
We are selling out, which is a wonderful, great problem to have.
Yeah.
We're bringing strawberries up right now. They're driving from Chestertown, which is about an hour.
That's crazy.
We do small fruits, heirloom vegetables, jar goods, value-added products, herbs, flowers, everything, anything. Our farm's open to the public, but coming back here is really important to us. We love Wilmington. We grew up here in Wilmington. Buying local is very important. Knowing your farmer is the most important thing. Knowing who you're supporting instead of paying money out to God knows who. And everything's perishable and has a season. So you want to get the fresh stuff while you can, when it's at its peak. Everything here, we were giving out samples. People were like, wait, I can just try one? We were like, yeah, just have one, eat one, try one.
I love that.
So this is what we do, it's what we love to do.
If they don't see a need from the community, if dollars aren't being spent or they don't see product moving, they're not going to come back and set up. So a lot of the feedback that we got from farmers when we were begging them, we're like, we're a new market, we're bringing it up in Wilmington, like, please come be a vendor. They were like, either we don't do Newcastle County farmers markets, or we don't think anybody's going to show up. There's a lot of fear that people aren't actually going to spend their dollars because they haven't felt that support here. Reminder of just like, it's amazing that we're putting this on, but it's truly not possible if people aren't actually spending their dollars at these vendors. And just knowing what a difference it makes for their families and for their farms, something that is really dying. These 5th generation farms, I'm pretty sure Lockbrier is 5th generation, but knowing that the only way to keep them alive and feeling like they feel important to communities is by bringing your dollars and showing them how much you support them. So we had our car all packed up and ready to go, and the weather had other plans. So we are headed to Karma right now to meet with Chloe, our community engagement lead. She is going to help us kind of like get a plan together for both marketing and a new pivot for what our Run Club opening day is going to be like. So stay tuned. Right?
I love this.
Oh God, thanks.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. It's cool. It's just
Yeah.
cool to see all that stuff happen. It's cool to just like get people together. And I was saying it like all like at the farmers market, like people were like, this is so cool. Like, thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, but it's not cool if no one shows up.
Right.
Like
But you're
everything's a great
You're
idea.
such a good person.
Thank you.
Like people
I
just
try.
Like people will gravitate towards you because of who you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's-
All of our moms, especially mine, where is she? Mother? Mother? Mom? She doesn't need to come all the way up here. That's my mom. Happy Mother's Day. I'm so glad that we're all here together. Last weekend was supposed to be our opening day of Run Club, and you should have seen our faces when we packed up our entire car, and it was just miserable out. But as with anything else, we always just find a way to pivot. We could have ran that day. We're not too good to run a little bit in a little bit of rain, but it's definitely not ideal for an opening day to get all of us together. So all the Lululemon merch, we're super grateful for doing a little bit of partnership with them for Spread Good Karma. All the proceeds obviously go back to the foundation, allow us to pay instructors to get more programming out there for free offerings to the community. So we're really grateful.
We always break these down into sections and we'll have some rests built in. So the goal for this run club is for people that have not run before to be able to get into it.
I joke when I say that Mother's Day is like happy dog mom, happy cat mom, happy friend mom, but I think that there's a lot of types of moms, and I think that Mother's Day can be hard for some people if they don't have a mom or if they have an estranged relationship with a mom. I feel like I've always been super like empathetic towards that, and I think that this is such a cool way to bring people together. And even though it's about Mother's Day, it's also kind of just like bring people together. Sometimes your best friend is your like motherly relationship, and sometimes it's actually your mom, which is nice. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's a day to recognize more so just like women and how they have motherly relationships rather than just like I birthed a child mom, but that's also really fucking cool too. For 2025, I'm probably the most excited about how our weekend events have evolved. Like we just did like run clubs on Saturdays and then walk clubs on Sundays, and now with the farmers market, it's kind of given us an actual like full circle weekend of accessible wellness for people. And I think not just in the sense that we're offering these free things and, you know, trying to get a lot of people together, but the walk at the farmers market is 2.5 miles. And so the previous walk at Karma was 4.2. And we had a lot of people that maybe didn't come because it was just a little bit too far or the time constraint was a little bit too long. And so having that be a shorter blip of a walk, but still outside in nature, beautiful, and ending right where you can get local groceries from your local farmers, local makers and artisans, I think is just a really cool way to have it all kind of concrete. And now Sundays is Run Club. Nobody really wants to get up on a Sunday morning, but we make it super fun and lighthearted, and people can just come here and walk and jog with people. So it's just really, yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited about, seeing it all come together. I don't know. What is your guys' perspective on everything going on?
We're just super, super excited. As parents, we're very proud, and we're just excited at what Katie and Max are doing to involve the community and get people up and moving.
It's good. Good stuff. And now you get to bring your friends, and your friends get to do it together.
I feel so grateful that I can be a part of it.
It's so cool.
Updating me every week and I follow you on social media.
Yeah, it's so good.
And we love this Mother's Day celebration because we're both Mickey moms.
Yep. Taking care of all the people, all the time. What do you guys think?
I mean, I love hearing people talk about like they would never have come out and done this if it wasn't for having a foundation and a support group to come out and do this. So
Yeah.
hearing people say I'm like very recluse, but now through this I'm able to come out and express myself and get out and have a good time and, you know, just enjoy what this is all about, getting out and enjoying nature, physical exercise, enjoying life. So
Yeah.
that's what I love, hearing people's stories behind all of this, you know. And of course, I'm a super proud dad, and seeing this all come together, and you know, it's a wonderful thing. So
Yeah, it's cool. And then obviously I feel like you get to just come into Karma and no one probably even knows who you are. People, I feel like, start to recognize mom and dad, so it's a little obvious, but like, I feel like you get to be under the radar, and Max and I sometimes even are under the radar in line. I'd like to think that at least. But I guess, like, what do you think on the outside looking in?
Well, I was just thinking, I like that, like, people that might just be their first time coming in for coffee, and then all of a sudden they're just exposed to all this other stuff they're gonna get into. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, dang, like they do a lot more than just like coffee, and then they get into stuff like this. So
Yeah.
And I like that when you come in, it's not just like one age group or anything. Like it's a whole lot more going on. So yeah.
Yeah, I love it. No, facing that way. Thank you. I feel great. I don't think anyone fucking likes running. If they do, I just think that's a lie. I don't like running. I love to walk, but I'm not gonna run on my own. So even just having this and hosting it, it does force me to run. So yeah, I don't love running, but I'll do it, and this feels good. And now I'm gonna teach our cool down yoga, so I get to skip the 100-meter run, even though that's actually my favorite. I do love to sprint. We're gonna do a little cool down stretch. Some people are gonna join us, some people have to head to their Mother's Day plans. We'll do the rest of our vendor shopping with our merch, our cards, a little bit of light coffee here, but we gave everybody a free drink ticket to go back to the store, and our permanent jewelry girl is gonna be there afterwards. So continued festivities after, but I'm excited to get everybody winding down. So some people don't know this, but I actually have taught yoga since 2017. And I used to teach in a women's prison when I was working at Lululemon, and that kind of drove me to see yoga as less about a hot yoga class or about fitness and more so about impact. And that's kind of what drew us to a lot of these free events down the line, like in hindsight. And that's why Karma, when we first opened, was a coffee shop by day, yoga studio by night. And yeah, I still have a passion for like sharing this with everyone because I love teaching a restorative meditation focused class. And I still think in Delaware especially, we're still focused on yoga as fitness instead of yoga as mindset. So that's kind of what we do here. Ooh. No, I would go ahead and start another row back there. Actually, that's a great question. Why don't we put Max up here? I mean, I think a lot of people still have a skewed idea on what health is in general, and Max and I are both really passionate about that, which is why the Spread Good Karma Foundation is a thing. We don't just think of Run Club. Like, is it awesome that we have people here running? Yes, but movement in general, people start to think, well, I can't run, so I'm gonna stay home, right? And then sitting on the couch is just as bad as smoking cigarettes nowadays. So in our perspective, how can we get people to just do 1% more? How can we get people to just see themselves feeling slightly better, whether it's through movement or how they eat or the company they keep or a little bit of all three? And that's kind of what we touch on and what we believe is preventative care. So when I say that yoga is a mindset and it's not so much just fitness, it's really about slowing down and hearing what's going on in my internal world and like how I feel inside, rather than I can stretch my leg this long or I can, you know, get into a handstand. And it's really important to not let people forget that that's the intention of yoga. The intention is to get you to be so connected to your body that then you can notice like, wow, my right hip feels a little tight. I wonder what's the cause of that. Is it sitting? Is it trauma? There's a lot to unpack in movement in our body and our mind. So I like to think of it as a way for me to journal on my mat without putting pen to paper throughout my practice. I love to just think about where I am currently, what's coming up for me, and what I want to do with the next couple hours of my life, not think so far ahead. It's like 12 that we have from the store, but feel free to always pop down. You can see that we don't really need it. We were gonna do it in the grass, but it's a little wet. I feel like that's unpredictable all season. But just go ahead, if you haven't already, feet together, knees apart, butterfly your knees. And just start to see if you can take a 5-second slow inhale, filling the belly. Hold for 5 at the top, see if you can get there. And then see if after that next time you do a 5-second inhale, 5-second hold, if you can slow down your exhale to 7 seconds. And just roll through that a few times. Go ahead and let your left leg go long. Keep flowing through that 5-5-7 breath. If you're somebody that likes to fold over, you can start trying to fold down. No pressure here. If it just feels good to sit and feel the breeze on your skin and the sun, stay there. Just finding some stillness. Go through one more round of a 5-second inhale, 5-second hold, and 7-second exhale, and then you'll switch legs. Once you switch legs, we're learning how to find a little bit more stillness. See if you can watch your body slow down. And after you finish that 5-5-7 breath, bring your feet together. If you want to fold forward, you can. If you don't typically fold forward, you can still do what I like to call just a half fold. So you can just go ahead and grab at the base of your knees. If you feel like you just want to grab towards your ankles, just pulling your shoulders back, chest through, feel the sun on your face. You can turn your neck side to side if that feels good. Just slowing it down and breathing. Fill your belly up on an inhale like a balloon. See if you can draw that inhale through the belly and not your chest or your shoulders. Exhaling, letting your belly fall all the way towards the mat, knees in your chest still. And then your next exhale, let your right leg stay in for a hug, left leg go long. Taking a pause, filling that belly breath in towards the top of your thigh. Filling that space in our lower belly. Letting our exhale be slow and deep. On your next inhale, switch legs, drawing your left leg into your chest for a hug. Exhale, lets that right leg go long. Full belly breath in. See if we can fill that space with our breath. Exhale sometimes allows us to draw that knee in just a little bit further. And on your next exhale, just let both legs go long. Let your arms fall beside you. And we're just gonna take a minute. I always think that gratitude practices can sometimes feel a little cheesy, but I want you guys to just think about something that you're actually grateful for. Whether it's the sun today, the fact that you got your mama out here today, I'm grateful for that. Whether you got out of bed this morning, you almost snoozed, you almost said, let's just go get coffee at Karma instead. Grateful that we're all here together. And then go ahead and just roll through one more 5-5-7 breath. And then when you're ready, just slowly start to come up to a seat. Just finding a comfortable seat. Thank you guys for coming today. If you want to bring your hands to your prayer, if you are a yogi, or if you find that part of your intentional practice, please do so. We just bow our heads. Namaste. Thank you for spending time this morning, guys. See you next weekend. Yeah. And also, guys, our permanent jewelry girl overslept. She feels totally ashamed and embarrassed, but she is at Karma. So if you were planning on getting matching bracelets, there is a Mother's Day discount for it. It's 25% off the second bracelet. So if you want to get matching bracelets with your littles, they're very lightweight. They can go in the shower, all that good stuff. So if you want to see her, we'll be at Karma afterwards. But thank you guys for coming. Shout out to Max for teaching Run Club today. You can't hear us down here. All right, guys, if you have a mat, just leave it where it is. If it's yours, go ahead and roll it up, and we will see you guys at Karma. And if not, happy Mother's Day to everyone here that is a mother in all the forms, and we'll see you soon.
My mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
Run Club was awesome this morning. We definitely had a ton of people that were only here because Katie dropped some Lululemon merch. Definitely need to get a little bit better at explaining it to people that are a little uneasy about being here, but I think that we accomplished the goal, which is getting people that wouldn't normally run to come and be here in future weeks. And today was a really awesome day.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where this can go. I think we have a lot of new faces this year that were not here last year, so it's awesome.
Yeah, super cool. Thank you guys for coming today. We cannot wait to have this as a recap forever. It's just really special. So shout out to Jet Phoenix Films for capturing all the things. We love you guys.
Spread good karma!